Well, good evening, one and all, and welcome once again. A little bit late this evening, but here we are. Spec Esports, and this is, of course, Formula 1 2019 on the PlayStation 4, and Tier 1 of the Pacific Series, round 16. I think it's around 16? Around 17, I can't remember. I just typed it into the description, I can't remember what I typed. But we are from Russia. From Russia we love. And we are starting our qualifying session. So again, a bit late on the start tonight. Normal host Plevs having some serious internet issues which he could not rectify. So everyone has elected to race under a different host. But Plevs will not be joining us, unfortunately. So, big field again tonight, which is great to see. 17 drivers, so hopefully 17 drivers. Big field means 17 big actions. That didn't make any sense, did it? 17 drivers means big action all the way through the race. In real F1, Russia's not really known for its exciting races. Some of them being quite literally ball fest. So we'll see how that plays out here in the game. Formula 1 2019, of course. Last round at Singapore. Yeah, it was alright. Turned out to be a little bit drawn out after a while. Had a bit of action at the start. And, there was some damage had and cars were out. And, yeah, not too bad of a race, but it could have been a little better. Anyway, let's check this audio here. I've got none once again. This is a silly little glitch. So it looks like we will be out the audio again, but that should come to us for the race, hopefully. Alrighty, so we're going to have one of the first runners on the laps to do their laps. The Rock is taking Plev's space in the Renault tonight. So this we still will have two Renaults who are fighting for that Constructors' Championship, of course. And looks like most people coming out to start with on the soft tyres. Couple there on the mediums and hards, as you can see. Oh, gee whiz, that's totally ruined his lap there. That was not very good at all. I'm not too sure who that was there in front of him, but that's completely and utterly ruined his lap. And I think Amazing Hour was coming out just behind him as well. Or it could have been it could have been Danny or somebody, not too sure. Could have been Amazing Hour. Actually, he comes in to finish his first flying lap on the soft tyres, which is unusual for Amazing Hour. Normally he's out on harder compound tyres to get a bit of a feel to start with, but he does go second fastest. Actually, Pete Crichton set the current fastest time, only by 2/100ths of a second though, not that much in it. In fact, we have Darren 11 has actually gone faster by a 100th, 100th slower than Pete Crichton as well. So we got Pete, Darren and F1 Amazing Hour, and 40 as well. Actually, he's right up there. All at 1:31.6s. That's not bad for the top four, covered by less than a tenth of a second. So let's see who else might be on another lap here. I dare say they're all now back on their in laps. LGB there out on the medium tyres. So it looks like the softs are definitely going to be the ones to do the time on, unless you want to do a bit of a strategy split. And that we've seen in previous races that has actually worked somewhat for some people. Not so much in terms of a race victory, but at least vaulting them up the order and getting, you know, a bit further up the grid than what they may have had they done the mainstream strategy. So we could see some doing the slow tyre start. So most drivers now into the pits. Let's have a look and see what Greedy can do now. Runs a little bit wide there, compromises the entry into that turn. Then you got the off camber turns left right here. So how far can he put himself up there? No, he's into the pits actually. So he aborts that lap. So Spilly as well, also into the 131.6s. Only 1/1000th of a slower second than 40 at the moment, provisionally 5th spot. So I'm sure we'll see them out for another run at least. See if they can improve somewhat on their current laps. Let's try this audio thing once again. Very strange glitch that we have there. Thank you, Codemasters. Okay, here we go. Suscuss. Now he's got a bit of traffic as people come out of the pits on their outlaps. I don't know if this will affect him much, but we'll see how he goes. Big, long, sweeping left-hander. Got some traffic ahead here. Gets out of the way nicely. Oh, he runs very wide. You have to be careful if he wants that lap time to count. Don't want to go over the track limits. DRS opens. Flat out now. Because there is the off camber turns coming up now. Tucks it in nicely, but it was a good line. Doesn't compromise the entry to the next turn so much. Final two turns coming up. Where can he go? And he goes ninth fastest. 1 second behind. It looks like now Pete Crichton is on another lap. Let's see how he fares. Now provisional pole sitter. A little bit of traffic ahead and he's 3/10 up so far. Oh, he gets a little bit of geez. He was very close to the wall there. The tail just wagged a bit. He almost ripped that rear tyre off on that concrete wall. Very lucky to get away with that. He's pushing hard. He's Still 3/10 up on his time. Come out to the final. He's in the final sector of the lap now. So there he goes around here. Decent change of direction. Oh, he's got some traffic ahead. Will this hurt him? These people need to get a move on. A little bit wide here. This could cause a little bit of a drama. 2/10 faster. He has lost a little bit of time, but he is up on his time. Meanwhile, Darren is up a 10th on his, I believe that was his sector 1 time. 2/10 up now. 40 meanwhile goes P2. So we've got some fantastic runs going here. Where can Darren, how much can he improve? Is this enough for provisional pole? Final turn. No, not quite. 7/100 of a second behind. He just couldn't find enough time. Meanwhile, Amazing Hour has gone provisional pole. A 1:31.2. 1-0. So good lap by them. Let's see what Spilly can do. Doesn't look like he's on. No, he's not on a lap here. He's well down. So he's had a bit of an issue there somewhere. Or is he doing a 2-lap warm-up? I think he did this the last time. On his last run, he did a 2-lap warm-up before putting in his timed run. So we'll see. We'll stick with him and see how he goes. Or everybody else electing just for the 1 lap. Ferrari gets out of the way. He's 6/10 up on his previous time, so not improving any at the moment. So currently standing with 5 minutes of the session remaining, we've got an Amazing Hour in provisional pole with a 1:31.210, and just a little bit behind him, Darren 11 in P2. Second row is Pete Crichton, and 40 Romeo Alonso has actually jumped all the way up into 5th position. Zeppi in 6th position. Spearley dropped down to 7th. Aaron is there and well as in 8th. LJB and Crossy make up your provisional top 10. Very close lap times here in Russia. 2 guys there, front row on a 1:31.2, and then you got it a 10th between 3rd and 4th. You got Roby on a 31.5, and then you've got Zeppi and Spilly on a 1:31.6. So only 4/10 of a second between the top 7 vehicles. Not a bad result so far. So I believe we should see at least one more run from these guys. There should be enough time. Suskas meanwhile out for his second. He'll be looking to move up the order a bit more. He's a little bit off the pace at the moment. About 1.5 seconds nearly. So he needs to find a bit of time. It's possible that traffic on the previous lap did affect him. Looks like he's got a bit clearer track ahead of him now, so he'll be looking to jump up a few spots. He's a little bit down on his previous time. Around about here he did experience some traffic, so we'll see what he can do. Oh, and he's driven well wide there, and I think he's backed away. Is he backed off his lap? It's hard. Yeah, I think he has. It's hard to tell with the sound off. We don't know if they're accelerating or not. Yes, he's well. Man, that's not the way to get a lap time. see him taking on these outlaps. Not too sure what the whole point of that is. You're sort of getting your tyres full of junk as far as I'd be doing. So we still have Darren, Pete and 40 in the pits. Pete's just coming out for his lap. Darren and 40 should be coming out shortly if they want to do a final run. And here comes Darren. He needs to get out soon if he wants to make it around, and he does come out now. He will be the last of our runners. Meanwhile, Spilly, 1 point, provisionally fifth. Where can he end up? Our final runs of the session now. Oh, he's run very wide. And that lap is toast. Zeppi is also out. He's completed his session. Oh, it looks like there's a drama here with Amazing Hour and Zeppi. Oh dear. What's going on here? I had a bit of a drama with those two by the looks of it. And there's Ridwan who's also into the wall there. That's not going to do much. So let's go with Pete now on his last lap, and he is currently... Oh, he's on the main straight coming into turn 2. So it looks like there must have been some sort of collision there with Zeppi and Amazing Hour. So there did seem to be a bit of space between them, so I'm not too sure what happened. Oh, there's some traffic ahead here. This is not going to be good. I'm not too sure where all these cars have come from. I didn't catch his time there. We'll just see what Darren's doing. Now he's already in the sector. 40 is slightly up on his time. Where can Pete go? He's a 10th up on his time. Darren just slightly up as well. Looks like 40 may have backed out of this one. Oh, looks like Pete ran a bit wide. But he's going with it. Can he improve on his time? And he does, and he takes provisional pole. What can Darren do? Goes cuts right on the inside, and he can't improve. P3. So right at the death now, Pete Crichton takes pole position. A 1:30.9, only driver into the 30s. So he's found a good bit of time there. Amazing Hour not able to complete his final run due to some issue there with Zeppi. We saw him together there with Zeppi. The camera angle didn't really give us much to look at, but it looks like there was some sort of coming together between those two. And yeah, good. Jeez, dropped my phone. That's a good effort. Yeah, so Pete Crichton was able to snatch pole position. So Amazing Hour still on the front row, of course. Amazing Hour still on the front row. And there's our sound back, hooray! Weird glitch that is. Seriously weird glitch. Let me just turn my volume down. Okay, so front row is Pete Crichton and Amazing Hour. Second row, Darren 11 and Aaron actually up into 4th position. So good job by Aaron out of nowhere. 40 bumped back down to 5th. Ronnie Lonzo in 6th. Zeppi and Skilly make up your 4th row. And LJB and Crossy, it looks like just about every single vehicle is starting on the same tyre. So there we go, that's interesting. So some top names at the front as we fully expected. So again, 17 drivers taking part in this round here in Russia, and let's hope that's going to deliver us a good race despite the circuit characteristics. I'll wait for everyone to ready up. So Amazing Hour, of course, leads this championship. Daylight is second, and then we do have Podster. I believe he's in second position. Well, those results, championship standings are for Singapore from last week. I do not have the updated results yet. It's pretty safe to say that Amazing Hour is in the lead of this championship. Now, the thing I'm most excited to see here, hopefully Darren has gotten over his woes from Singapore last week. He had an absolutely shocking race last week in Singapore. He could not get the car to work. So hopefully that was just a bogey track for him. I'm really excited to see whether Pete and Darren can fight with Amazing Hour on this one. They've shown since won that pace, they're right up there with him. It's all about the race pace, and we know how good Amazing Hour is over the course of the race, not just the one lap. Oh geez, we've got somebody spinning out on the warm-up lap there. Looks like that was Aaron. That's always not a good place, not a good thing to do. Everyone wanting to get into their grid spot ASAP. Temp in the tyres, they want to keep it there. Pete was trying to back the grid up a little bit, but they're all going a bit strange. Okay, so looks like the pull into the spots now. Now final cut, looks like Danny's pulling up. Eventually take his spot. That's the last grid formation I've ever seen. Okay, here we go. Everyone's lined up. Green flag. Not yellow flag as it says up there. Lights come on. 5 lights. And we're off and racing. Well, that was a quick start. Pete Crichton gets a fantastic start. Stays ahead of Amazing Hour. Darren falls in behind, but there's a big slipstream down this straight. Amazing Hour goes to the outside, Darren to the inside. He's going to make a move down the inside here. 40 on the inside as well. And then people, oh no, there's contact. And Darren into the wall. Not good at all for Darren, and he's gone right to the back of the field. Cars are going left, right and centre. And there's another car in the wall, looks like one of the Hasses. don't know, Suscuss or Ridwan. Into the wall there. Keeps going. Meanwhile, Pete Price still in the lead. Did he shut the door a little bit too much on Darren, or did Darren slide into him? Just carry too much speed into turn 1, turn 2, or whatever turn it is, I don't know. It's hard to say. So we've got Pete Crichton, amazing now, and Aaron. Pete runs a little bit wide. You don't want to do that. That was just open the door there for amazing now. He will be just ready to pounce if needed. Aaron in third, 40 in fourth. Meanwhile, Darren up in the 15th position. Absolutely devastated for Darren. Big Brighton tries to move across to the bend. The big one has left the session, unfortunately, so we lost one driver after one lap. Darren is pitted, Suscuss has pitted on him. Guessing we're going to see the end of those two. Already lap 2 and some time penalties have already started to cutting out. Still meanwhile making up a few spots here. He's up in the 6th. We've got a 4-car train happening here. Pete's very, very defensive. He needs to concentrate on just driving his race. Not leaving any doors open. And the unit 3RS is enabled. Aaron's very close under brakes, and in fact he has gone off the track. He couldn't really stay to the left of that bollard there. I'm not too sure if they're running the same rules as the rear left one in terms of running off the track and going around the bollards, but he did actually retain his spot, so that might be a bit of an issue. Going very, very deep into turn 2 there. Straight at the back of amazing now, which would have been sensational in terms of the fact of taking out the championship leader. Aaron, he's covering his line against 40, he's defending hard. He's just having a watch, he's sitting back and watching, he's doing well. He's just looking to see where his weaknesses are, where he's strong, where he's not. Trying to plan and moves if he can. Get under the gearbox for the long run down here. Continue at it. Amazing out over the back heel. Pete Crichton. He might be looking to see whether he can get a move done before the pit stops. not, would have been an undercut of some sort. Might be the best way to do it. 40 goes a bit wide there in the background. Still attached, these four. A little bit of a gap between second and third, but nothing too massive. Only half a second. We're well within DRS range and slipstream range. I just get the sense he's planning something. He's not too concerned. I don't think he's just sitting there. He's not dropping off. He's not getting any closer. He's just sitting there. He's waiting. 40 almost wiping his left side of the car apart there. Closer now, and he's going to make a move here. Well, he has a look at trying around the outside. Around the outside, off track. He's going to, oh, then they're going to be side by side. No, he's forcing to lose a bit of drive. Try to look around the outside. But he's going to go down the inside here now. Not quite far up enough ahead. Sensing what Aaron is doing and planning accordingly. LJB sets a new fastest lap. These guys all fighting each other for fastest lap. Not in here. Mr. Ferrari's right now. What an amazing hour. He's got a bit of a poor exit there. He could lose a spot to Aaron here. He'll have the inside line, and the 40's coming up as well. There's amazing amount of problem. I'm not too sure what's happening there, but he's lost 2 spots there in the space of a couple of turns. Oh, and 40 goes round the outside. What a move! Aaron just goes too wide. 40 just comes back and takes second spot. Fantastic effort by 40 now. He was amazing out back. He's up into third. So interesting situation there. Amazing how just seemed to drop off a bit there. I'm not too sure what happened. And there's a bit of position swapping, and the big beneficiary has been 40. He's now been released from behind Aaron, and he sets off after pit climb. Looks like amazing how he's gotten over whatever happened to him to cause that drop off in pace momentarily. There's a few position swaps going on over here. Zeppelin gets down the inside of Philly and moves up into 5th spot. Crosses up into 7th. It out. It does show Crossy on a medium tyre there, but it doesn't show him on the soft. So, no, Greeny. Greeny's on a medium tyre, but everyone just started on the soft side. power tell a lie. Maybe they are medium tyres and hard tyres. Oh, they're pit stop, the hard tyre guys down the bottom. So that's really good. Crossing Green fighting out. Green down the inside here. It looks like Banana Josh wants a piece of this action. Oh, he pushes Crossy really, really wide. Squeezing on the inside and gets past. And yeah, he's got Danny all over the back of him. So Banana Josh up in the 9th, Crossy down to 10th. And we've got some fighting going on up the front here. 40 is all over the back now of Pete Crichton, and leaving amazing out for dead actually. Oh, he's gone very wide. Watch out. And I think maybe they'll just be sitting back trying to conserve their soft tyres possibly. Maybe looking to go a little bit longer. Right up to the back of Pete Crichton there. Meanwhile, Crossy's gotten back in front of Banana Josh. Taking that 9th spot and back. Amazing now, 4 seconds behind 40. Lap 8 of 27 here. And Spilling has... Oh, contact with the sword. Oh, and he's into the wall. Zeppi's into the wall. And he's all the way down there. He's got some wing damage there. He won't be happy with that one. Spilling straight into the pit he goes. Spilly and Zippy had to come in together to drop down the order into the pit to do some damage. Oh, Pete Crichton gets all sorts of crossed up there. Very vulnerable to 40. It wasn't just quite far enough up ahead to capitalise on that mistake. Doing a pretty good job out front at the moment. But here comes 40 now, he's making the move. Around the inside. Does he keep the inside line? He does, and into the lead goes 40. Nice move there on Pete Crichton. And here comes Amazing now back into the picture. You'll be seeing all this unfold. Well done by 40, it's a great move, but he's using all that battery power. And already got a good 6/10 gap on Pete. So he's looking to get as far up ahead as he possibly can. Meanwhile, Aaron into the pits from 4th spot. So the guys do pretty well, 10 laps into the race. And they've all run wide there. They're starting to see the best, they've seen the best from these tyres, again, all run wide. And they'll be looking to get rid of these tyres fairly soon, I'd imagine. And possibly cut the mediums on. They've done 10-11 laps on these tyres, they should be able to do the rest of the race on the mediums. So this is somewhere I'm sure he didn't expect to be, maybe 40 up in the lead of this race. speed guys. Darren down in 13th spot at the moment. You can see the time penalties are starting to fly. LGB and Potster fighting out now, and Crossy as well. We've got Banana Gosh, we've got a 4-car battle pack going here. And Amazing Hour and Pete are into the pits now. It looks like Amazing Hour is getting past Pete in the pits. So he's got past Pete before he even hit him. No, Pete comes out ahead, no, so it's just the way they into the pits. On the medium tyres they go. So 40 we're looking to try, and if we've got any tyres left, put in a out lap, or put in an in lap I should say. Sorry about that. Right, race leader into the pit. Comes back out on the medium tyres. Whoever's just put in, they can get jumped by Pete and Amazing Hour. Here comes Pete now. There he is. And he comes out just in front, but I think Pete will have the speed, will he? He stays ahead. Oh, nicely done. Okay, so what's happened here? We've got Greedy and Banana Josh currently leading the race to get to pit. Pete has actually overtaken 40 now. So Nick got overtaken, just trying to deal with some controllers and headsets and things. Effective leader of the race is Pete Crime back in the lead, but he does have 40 all over the back of him. Amazing how he's sitting back there as well. He hasn't disappeared. comes 40 now around the outside. Makes a move. Squeezes Pete out. He goes around the outside again. And he gets the move done. And here comes Amazing Hour now. He wants a piece of this. He retains second. Nicely done. So 40's back in the lead. He's showing some fantastic pace right now. Amazing, it looks like he wants to get back up the order. 40 actually setting the fastest up of the race so far on that lap. Pete wants to make a move, but no, he thinks twice. Back inside. And I'm actually now joined by Avenger Dean, my commentating partner. For the second half of the race, so hello Ben.
Good afternoon all, how are we tonight?
So as you can see, we're halfway through this race now. And we're coming up to some lap traffic, 40 in the lead. And closely followed of course by Pete. Still hanging in there. And most pit stops have been completed except for the two up front, Greedy and 40, Greedy I should say. The only one that's wait for Greedy's pit stop. We'll see where he ends up.
Yes, indeed. So, who ended up taking pole?
So we had actually Pete Crichton on pole. With Amazing there as well. Looks like Rocker's retired from the session, unfortunately. Yeah, Pete Crichton took pole, and Darren and 40 actually in the second row. So they did some fantastic times. They were very close times for the qualifying.
And just looking at the grid at the moment, you said that Darren had started P3, so and he's down in P11. So has he been given time penalties, or was he taken out early in the race?
He made a bit of a move into turn 2 on the very first lap and made contact with Pete right and a bit of skid into the wall, so that sent him all the way back to the rear of grid. So unfortunately that's where he ended up. We've seen Amazing being handed out a penalty. We don't normally see that. He's usually one that's good at not getting penalties, but this time he has, so that's not going to be good for his final result. But we've seen a few so far, but anyway, we'll see what happens with the rest of the guys. 40 doing a great job out front. He's maintaining good pace and got a decent sort of gap there to Crichton. So still in DRS range, but not quite close enough to make anything of it. So we had a full grid of 17 cars, a nice full grid of 17 cars for this race. Lost one, or lost two actually. At the moment we do have a ghost driving around in grid 1. Possibly not too sure if he's actually driving or not. Into the pits once more. He did actually start on those medium tyres, which he did, yes. So he's most likely to be coming in very soon. Your effective leader of the race, of course, is 40. This will be a great confidence boost for 40. He's showing some pace at some various tracks and had some bad luck here and there, or not quite had the pace at other places. So can you maintain this position? And Amazing Hour now looking to make a move on Pete Crichton. Goes down the inside. Pete locks up, I think. Tries to maintain around around the outside, but he won't get anything done there. Very, very close, but Pete defends well. It's amazing how now he's looking to make his move. Step back for a bit and have a watch. Do another dive, make another move down into turn 2, he's getting closer, goes to the inside, he's got the overlap, and 40 goes off track, he does the proper thing and goes around the bollard, so no harm, no foul there. Amazing Hour up at the second spot, so let's have a look and see what the pace differential is like between Amazing Hour and 40. 40 were looking at his mirrors there, watching that move unfold and going, oh no, Amazing Hour's getting past, and that's probably why he went off track.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how 40's pace matches up to Amazing Hour's, because we have seen over the past couple of races that Amazing Hour's pace has been unstoppable. So, but by the looks of it here, 42.2 has got the pace over Amazing Hour, who does seem to be closing up here. DOS open. Presses right up to the back of his rear diffuser. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can make a move down the back straight, or the start finish straight. So we'll just have to wait and see with 10 laps remaining in the Grand Prix.
Well, that's right, 10 laps of this race remaining, and Greeny's still out circulating, so they're getting ever so close to him, so I imagine he'd be pitting any visit to take his compulsory second set of tyres. And looks like Amazing Hour now closing up to the back of 40. Wanting to do what he just did there with Pete Crichton and just sort of sit back and watch 40's lines, watch his entries and his exits and see where he's strong, where he's weak, and plan accordingly. A few time penalties still being handed out here and there. So, and it looks like Darren 11 has retired from the race, unfortunately, again. And there he has left the session. So not here again after that shocker of a Singapore race. Yeah, he just didn't have the pace, but he looked to be on pace this round, unfortunately, but of course he just had that first lap incident. So let's go on board now with Amazing Hour. See how he follows 40 around and try and close up this gap. Now I've spent a lot of time on the top 4 cars, and it's provided us with most of the racing so far. The rest of everybody's spread out pretty well. He goes Amazing Hour now. I think he might be a little bit too far back. So you're looking at charges back for another attempt.
Amazing Hour has managed to close up to the back of 40. So it looks like medium tyres are working quite well for Amazing Hour, but through this section it seems like 40 has the better lines and the better pace through that section, but down the straight down Amazing Hour seems to close up, so we'll have to wait and see what happens in roughly 8 laps to go. So it's going to be interesting to see. Pete Crichton is still on the back of Amazing Hour. So at the moment we have a three-way for the win. Who's it going to be? 40, Amazing Hour, or Pete Crichton? We'll have to wait and see.
And but he's yet to pit, so he will be taken out of this equation at some point soon. But actually, the three cars here are closing in on him at a rate of knots. And here comes Amazing Hour. He does a little bit of look down the inside, but doesn't really make a move of it. He wants to be right up there close. Before attempting to move, but he's going around the outside. He's going to look down the inside here, but no, he thinks again, thinks better of it. 40 goes very wide of the turn.
Don't want to get much closer to that wall than what 40 did, because if you go any closer to that wall, it will bite you hard. So, yeah, Amazing Hour definitely does have the pace down the straights and everything. So all 40s wiggling everywhere. This will give Amazing Hour the chance that he possibly needs to take the race win away from 40. But don't count out Pete Crichton just yet.
So Amazing Hour now right up there close. This is the final sector of the track. This is where he needs to be close so he can get that run down the pit straight. Start and finish straight. Pete is also right up there as well, so you could have a three-way tussle. 40 gets a nice exit and just breaks that a little bit. And here we go into the start finish straight. Does he make a move? Closer, but no, I don't think he's not going to make a move. Just not close enough. So 40 did a fantastic job there in just those final two corners, final 2 or 3 corners. He got a good drive. But Amazing Hour now, he's going to move it down the inside. Here he goes, makes a move. 40's going to go around the outside. He's not going to give it up. He goes off track. He comes back out in front of Amazing Hour. Now Pete Crichton.
Pete Crichton was looking to make a move. Amazing Hour's gone off track. Pete Crichton is down the inside. Can he take second? Effectively second position, and he does. Fantastic racing from all 3 drivers there. Got a lot of respect for these. The drivers got a lot of respect for each other. So fantastic racing from these guys.
An Amazing Hour back into effective 3rd position right now. I don't think he's going to be too happy with that. And he's going to make another move here on Pete. He goes down on the right, left-hand side. He gets ahead of Pete under DRS. So he's back up in the 2nd position, so he's back where he started. And he's just going to close that gap up once again. So we've got a bit of action flowing here, so this is good racing. But all this sort of action is not going to help their tyre life. And we've got some more time penalties being handed out, and 40 gets one too. Everybody giving time penalties. See whether this affects the final result or what. 40 now, he's looking to take off. He's broken the DRS. He's 2.7 seconds ahead. Pete's going to look at it. No, thinks of it. And that's important for 40 actually, breaking that DRS. Because it means now Amazing Hour can come under threat from Pete Crichton. He won't have the DRS assistance that he's had in previous laps to close the gap. So it's all about his pace and whether you can close it under pure speed rather than using the DRS. And can Pete Crichton hang on to Amazing Hour as well? I'm surprised Greedy is yet to pit. It's 22 of 27. He does definitely need to pit. Now less than 2 seconds behind. That will play actually coming up onto the lap traffic, so these guys will definitely need to get out of the road. And if Greedy wasn't greedy, he would move out of the way if he wasn't pitting. Well, he's obviously not going to hold the lead on old tyres. Indeed, he does stay out. Very interesting now. Amazing Hour has closed the gap by a good 0.8 to a second now, so he's getting closer. Not quite on the DRS just yet, but that's where Amazing Hour comes into his own. Pete Crichton's still there as well.
So with all that action that has played out over the last lap or two, the top three seem to spread out a bit. So there's roughly, let's say, 7 tenths separating the second, separating the first, the top three. So it's definitely still all to play for here. All three of these drivers have the chance to win. So it's just who can keep it the cleanest and who can make that last sprint to the finish line work. We can see 40 now on the closing ever so slightly to the back of Grady. Grady's yet to still make a pit stop. As you can see, 40 now gaining ever so quickly to the back of 40. Is roughly about 3 tenths behind him. For Amazing Hours close the gap. Sorry about that. Grady is still staying out, so he's done an amazing job to stay out 24 laps on those medium tyres. But I don't think it's going to last long. A virtual safety car's being called actually.
Well, here we go. We've got a virtual safety car. This is interesting. The first virtual safety car we've had all season, so I'm not too sure what's happened here. We've got Danny has actually been disqualified. We're crossing into the pits. I'm not too sure why we've got a virtual safety car. It's hard to tell. So let's just I'm not too sure if we had a crash or whatever, but this is not good really for 40 as he's still stuck behind Greedy here. Now Greedy he needs to pit, which he does obviously due to getting the different compound tyres.
We're back under green flag racing. So if this is the time for 40 to do it, this is the time now. As we'll have DRS, he will use basically all of his battery to try and get past him, because this will hinder his performance. So this will hinder his position. And the gap he's got back, here we go, around the outside. Does he get it done?
This is risky. You don't want to throw your race away by fighting with a guy that needs to pit. Very, very risky, and of course this just is letting Amazing Hour close back up again. Greedy staying out again. With only 3 laps remaining. I don't understand the situation here. Well, hopefully we'll see 40 get past Greedy on this lap. Oh, they almost interlocked wheels then. That was very, very close.
Yeah, that was definitely hindering his performance, and Pete Crichton, he was trying to make a move down the inside of Amazing Hour, but Amazing Hour just the ball in his face and says, no, this is my position, I'm keeping it. So with 3 laps to go, Greedy is needing to still make a pit stop. So you would think that he is going to make the stop this lap or next. He'll be having to make the stop this lap, considering that there's only 3 laps left. So it's all happening at the front of the field. Who's going to take it?
So if Greedy stays out, this will actually help 40 a little bit, because it means that Amazing Hour, if he does catch up, will then get caught behind Greedy. So interesting to see what happens here. Meanwhile, 40 doing an absolutely fantastic job here in maintaining the lead. And staying up front for a good portion of this race. Amazing Hour has just been handling another penalty, so that's not good for him.
His penalty tally up to 6 seconds now. So this will promote Pete Crichton into third unless he has not been given a penalty.
Alright, so Greedy's still sticking out there, and we have 2 laps remaining, so he's got to come in next lap, that's for sure. I'm not too sure what his thinking was of staying out on track. He's now got Amazing Hour all over the back of him, so this definitely helps 40. But Amazing Hour has to traverse and navigate his way around Greedy. Interesting that we had that virtual safety car a couple laps ago. Everyone sort of maintained their position. No one sort of lost out, no one sort of gained, which is what they're supposed to do with the virtual safety cars. You can see Gready's really struggling on these tyres, but of course you would. 40 streaking away now. He's over 2.2 seconds ahead of second place in Greedy. Amazing how struggling to find a way past Greedy here.
Yes, indeed. So you almost have to think that he's coming in this lap. Oh, there's Amazing Hour has just made a move on Greedy, and so is Pete Crichton. Pete Crichton's trying to go around the outside, trying to do the long way, and he's got it done. Fantastic manoeuvres by both these drivers, but you'd almost think that 42.2 has wrapped up this race with 2.7-second lead. That is a pretty tough order to get back in one lap. And yet, Greedy has still not pitted, and Greedy's been disqualified for not being out, for not using two different tyre compounds.
Well, you could see that one coming from a mile away, but meanwhile, here comes Pete Crichton from a mile away. He's down the inside on Amazing Hour. Does he make the corner just? Amazing Hour comes back to the switches back to the outside. He doesn't want to lose his second position. He's going to go round the inside line for the next turn. Pete moves across. Amazing Hour dives down the inside. They come back together. Pete goes a little bit wide. He comes just in front of Amazing Hour. This is fantastic racing. A little bit of wheel banging, never hurt anybody. The fact that he went off the track may be a problem. Amazing Hour dives down the inside. He goes across the curbs there. I think he was slightly off track. Yes, and he does. Oh no, that was Banana Josh. That's all right.
Definitely don't be getting closer to that.
Meanwhile, your race leader is 42.2. He's a good 4 seconds ahead of these two. And Amazing Hour's fighting back now. He wants that second position back. He goes down the inside and he takes position. Or does he? He carries the inside line. And he gets back ahead of Pete Crichton. Oh, there's contact! Pete Crichton up the back of Ford, Amazing Hour, I should say. And here comes 42.2 and takes his first win of the season. Fantastic result for him. And Amazing Hour, Pete Crichton. No, Amazing Hour has taken the win. Amazing Hour has, obviously 40 has too many time penalties. Oh no, what a drastic result there. And Pete Crichton, oh my goodness me. I thought he had enough in hand. I knew he had a couple of penalties, but oh geez, it looks like it was only one too many penalties. He only comes home in third position. That's a shocker there. 4:42.2. I thought he had enough in hand. He had a good 4 seconds there. And well, Pete Crichton and Amazing Hour were fighting it out to the death knell, to the final turn. And Pete just coming in behind Amazing Hour. Oh my goodness. Where's I think we saw Aaron come in fourth. And Billy in fifth. So a good result for those two in top five. Oh well, so Amazing Hour does take the win after the penalties get handed out. So let's have a look and see at our final results screen here what the result was.
This is always going to wrap up the championship for Amazing Hour, because there was, I think, last round a 60-point something gap to Plevs.
There was a lot more points than that, but Amazing Hour does take the win there despite his time penalties. So let's just see, 40 obviously had a little bit more penalties than we thought. what a fantastic drive. Despite the penalties, what a drive for F40. Cross the line first and only miss out due to the time penalties. So final results coming up. Nearly tick of the clock, and here we go. So amazing, had 2 penalties. 40 had 4 penalties, so he lost 14 seconds there. That's where it hurt him. 14 seconds versus 6 seconds of penalties. And yeah, geez, that really affected his result. So bad luck there for 40. Looks like he had more than just corner cutting penalties. 14 seconds, it's a weird time. There you go, folks. What a race.
And indeed, even though I was only there for the last 10 or so laps of it, that was possibly the most exciting 10 laps I've ever seen in this game before. So it was definitely exciting to watch, and hats off to the top 3. They drove effortlessly today. Obviously time penalties did play a factor in it, so yeah.
Alrighty, so there we go, folks. That's this round all done and dusted. So thanks again for joining the Race Spec Esports Pacific Series Tier 1 PlayStation 4 F1 2019. Thank you, Avenger Ben, for joining us halfway through the race. Luckily you did get to join us with our late start. And this is Disturbo from RaceOnOz.com, and thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back again next week. Thank you.